This labeled diagram of the Bohr model atom with its central nucleus and concentric orbital rings is the standard starting point for introductory chemistry. However, to understand the actual physical mechanics of matter, we have to move past this static spherical representation. This requires us to strictly define the physical parameters of subatomic particles using undergraduate-level physics. On a subatomic scale, the atom is less like a solid object and more like a system of extreme mass disparities and competing fundamental forces. The properties we observe in bulk matter, like total mass and electric charge, are the direct results of how three specific particles interact across these scales. The Standard Model provides the actual baseline for matter, replacing the proton-neutron-electron trio. This table identifies exact mass and charge values for the up quark, down quark, and electron. Unlike the electron's integer charge, quarks carry fractional values in mega-electron volts. Protons and neutrons are therefore composite structures rather than indivisible units, and their behavior is governed by specific quantum rules. To understand why certain elements are stable while others are reactive, we have to deconstruct how these internal components interact with fields and forces. We cannot observe these particles directly. Instead, we have to prove their properties through empirical observation of their behavior in a controlled environment. In this experimental setup, a beam containing unknown subatomic particles is fired into the space between two highly charged plates. One path curves sharply and immediately toward the positively charged plate. This indicates the particle is negatively charged and extremely light, electrons, carrying a charge of -1 and only 1/1800th of a proton's mass. A second path deflects gradually toward the negatively charged plate. This slower curve identifies the positive proton. Its higher mass gives it more inertia, making it harder to pull off course. A third trajectory remains completely straight, passing through the field without deviation. This confirms the neutron is electrically neutral. These specific differences in charge and mass dictate the physical arrangement of the atom. If the nucleus is positive and electrons are negative, electrostatic attraction suggests they should simply collide. As the electron approaches the nucleus, its kinetic energy increases. It maintains a velocity great enough to balance the inward pull, avoiding a collision. This state of equilibrium creates the electron shell, which accounts for the vast, mostly empty volume that makes up the bulk of the atom. The physical dimensions of an atom are determined by the kinetic energy of this lightest component. Mathematical notation defines elemental identity with variables A and Z next to the symbol. Atomic number Z is the unique proton count. 6 always means carbon. Mass number A is the total nucleons. Neutrons can vary, creating different isotopes. Packing multiple positive protons into a space of only 0.8 femtometers creates a massive repulsion force that should push them apart. At incredibly short distances, the strong force becomes powerful enough to overcome electromagnetic repulsion, binding the protons and neutrons into a stable cluster. Because this force overpowers electromagnetism at the femtometer scale, it is able to anchor over 99% of the atom's mass in the nucleus. If we look inside these nucleons, we find they are hadrons composed of fractional quarks. A proton's charge comes from its 2 up quarks and 1 down quark, summing exactly to +1. A neutron contains 1 up quark and 2 down quarks. The 2 negative thirds perfectly cancel out the positive 2/3, resulting in a charge of 0. However, the neutron is slightly heavier than the proton, with a mass of 939.56 MeV. This mass difference means a neutron will seek a lower energy state if it is not bound by the strong force. In a vacuum, a free neutron is unstable and will undergo beta decay in less than 15 minutes. During this process, the weak interaction causes a down quark to flip into an up quark by emitting a W- gauge boson. This transforms the neutron into a proton while releasing an electron and an antineutrino. Within a nucleus, the strong interaction is dominant enough to prevent this mutation. While a free neutron is doomed to decay, the environment of the nucleus allows it to remain stable indefinitely.